All right, traders, let's get started. Let me just see if you guys can hear me again one more time. Want to do a quick audio check? All right, good, good. Thanks everybody for coming for today, and welcome to our open house at Cybertrade University. And I am going to show you how to trade today's volatile markets with some of the couple little techniques and strategies. And I will personally guarantee you that you're going to see things that are going to blow your mind. Okay. I know everyone here likes to look at charts and everything else, but you know what? Everyone is so focused on what's going on the left of the chart. Well, I got news for you. I'm going to teach you what's on the right of the chart. What is the right of the chart? That would be amazing if we could see the right. The right is where all the orders are. So I'm going to cover a little bit more about the Longhorns. I'm going to talk about regarding about what's going on with the dock shortage that's going on right now, the strike, the hurricane, the war that's going in Israel and Iran. There is just so much stuff that's going on that there's been such great opportunities to trade today's volatile markets. I'm going to show you exactly how to do it and how we find these great opportunities, but it's all about following the orders. So before we get started, just quick little risk disclosure. I'm not going to make any guarantees. It's going to work for everybody. It phases, basically varies student to student. There is a very high risk to trading. So please be very careful before you go out there and trade today's markets, because you can lose a lot of money in trading. All right. Now, a couple of things we're going to be talking about. I'm going to show you how to follow the big money. I'm going to show you how the tools that we use. I'm going to show you the best times to trade, where we find these stocks, who's running them. And then at the end of this presentation, I'm going to invite all of you to come to my trading room, and we're going to see all this stuff happening in real time. Now, before we go into the training part of it, let's just go hop into the real market. All right. And let's just see what's going on here. So let me just change this PowerPoint for us. The execution system here. And let's just look over here and see what's going on in the market. Now, there's a few things that are moving. First of all, I don't know if you guys follow me on social media, but there's been a lot of stocks that have been moving. Specifically, we'll talk about Lockheed Martin. We'll talk about Home Depot, Lowe's. All these things are moving due to weather-related, war, strike, everything. But the thing is, everyone wants to focus on the brand names, like the NVIDIAs. They want to focus about the Intels, the Fabulous 7. But there are things that are moving every day. All right. So what we're about to learn is this. But you know what? While we're on NVIDIA, let me kind of show you something very interesting, what you're about to learn. So let me make this extremely exciting for you. Okay. Now, my question, I'm going to ask everybody a lot of questions. If you want to have some fun, if you want to test your knowledge, answer the question. Okay. Because I'm going to do a couple of quizzes and everything else, because you know what? It's time that you actually know if you're doing it right and wrong. So I'm going to hit you with a very simple question. How do stocks go up and go down in the market? Let's see if everybody can answer that question. How do they go up and down? All right, Mike, you're right. Bill, you're right. By the way, if everybody sees where it says to, could you just have it where it says to everyone? There you go. Michelle did it right. So everybody could see it. So everybody could see everyone's answers and questions and everything else. Buyers and sellers. Wow, what an easy question, right? Wouldn't that be easy to know where the buyers and sellers? Well, how about this? I'm going to show you the buyers and sellers. Now, right now, we're looking at the left of the chart. Do you see any buyers and sellers on the left of the chart that we're looking at right here? Do you see buyers and sellers on this chart right here? Right? Yes or no? See any buyers here? No, right? Everybody here should write no. By the way, Chris, I didn't hear from you. Don't let me start picking on people. All right? Dario, George, Kevin, Lewis, Michael. I'm going down the list here. We got almost 100 people in here. Everyone should answer this question. All right? No, you don't. But I'm going to do the next test for you. If we did know, where do you think realistically would be the buyers and sellers on this stock? So give me a number. Where do you guys really think we might have buyers and sellers trading in NVIDIA? Where would you think, in other words, where do you think support and resistance levels are in NVIDIA? Well, Samuel, we didn't get to that yet. That's going to be the next thing. But I want to see how everyone answers this question. Okay, John said 125 by 115. Okay. Alan says resistance and support. Okay, but where are they, Alan? Listen, you guys have been trading for a long time. You got to know the answer. Come on, this is the most popular stock that everybody trades. It's probably this. I did videos on NVIDIA and I get more views. I got million views just on this one video. 2150, 24. You see, now I'm starting to see numbers. This is what I want to see. All right. So should I make it a little bit easier for you? All right. So here we have, some of you are saying 123. Some of you are saying 130. What else we got? 121. Some of you saying 121. It's right around here. Okay. All right. So you ready? Pay attention, because what I'm about to show you is what we're going to be learning in the next 30 minutes. I'm going to show you the left of the chart. Okay. I'm sorry. Right now we're on the left. I'm going to go to my second screen on the right, and I'm going to show you the right of the chart. This is the right of the chart. Now, what do you see? You see this red line right here. The biggest, darkest red line is at $130, and there's 2.7 million shares looking to be sold there. There's 600,000 looking to be sold at 128, 400,000. But the really major big ones are 125 at 1 million and 130. So it looks like the stock is moving, even though it's moving in dollar intervals, you could see where the next resistance. By the way, do you guys see any buyers out there? Do you see any buyers? But everybody wants to own NVIDIA, right? Everybody wants to own NVIDIA. How about this? Let's look a bit more on a swing trade. Okay. I'm going to scroll down a little bit further. So now over here at 135, we got 1.2 million. At 140, we got 1.9 million. We got 1.5 million at 150. By the way, do you see any buyers out there? Do you see any buyers? All the way down at 100 for 600, but you're seeing a lot more on the sell side. Now, let's go back to NVIDIA. Now, since June, okay, we're in October now. So you got June, July, June, July, August, September, October. You're talking almost close to 4 months, actually, because we're at the beginning of October. 4 months. Where has the stock gone? It hit a high of 140, hit a low of 190. It really hasn't gone anywhere, okay? So from what I could see here, do we have more sellers out there or more buyers? What do we have? More sellers. So why does everybody want to own NVIDIA? Why does everybody want to own NVIDIA when there's all these sellers out there? Because you know what? Until that 2.4 million share seller right here doesn't get done, it ain't going anywhere. Unless somebody buys it from him or it gets executed. And also, this is another thing that I want to bring up that everybody always tells me. But Fausto, it traded 165 million shares today. Is that really a lot? First of all, when's the last time you saw 2.5 million shares out there? And number two, how do you know he doesn't have more out there to sell? Right? How do you know that? He could probably have 20 times that behind that. So my question is this: do I got your attention? All right. So this is what I'm going to do, everybody. I can't teach you how to trade in the next 30 minutes, but I can get your attention. But at the end of this presentation, I'm going to invite every single one of you to come to my professional trading room that I have ran for over 30 years. And right here, we're looking at it live. And I just want you to look over here on the left-hand side. Look at all these traders sitting here. All of them. Over 180 are there as of right now. Now, I could have a few thousand if I wanted to, but I don't, because a lot of you really don't qualify to trade. And hopefully after today and doing a week trial, we'll be able to have that discussion, because let me tell you something, trading is a great job. but it's not for everybody. You got to know if you have it in you. You got to know if you have the discipline, everything else. But we'll figure that out later. There's nothing to worry about. But just think about this right now. How many of you here would make smarter and better trading decisions if you knew where these orders were, if you could see the right of the chart? So my question to everybody is this: how long have you guys been investing for? So let's do a quick poll. Let's say I get the poll up here. There we go. All right. So are you new to it? 1 to 5 years, 3 to 5 years? Let me see what the experience is with everyone here. All right. I'm going to share this poll with everybody. So while you're doing that, I'll have a sip of my cappuccino. Or more, a little bit more an espresso. About 10 years. We're going to share. Michelle, just put in the chat room. All right, now we're going to share the results, and you could see that how many of you here are brand new to it, 1 to 5 years, and so on. Now, the thing you have to ask yourself is this. If you're not making money within 2 to 3 months or breaking even, you're pretty much wasting your time. A couple of reasons. Number one, you probably didn't get the right education. Number two, it's not your style, and that's, I guess, why we're here. So that's okay. But if you've been doing this more than 3 to 6 months and you're not making consistent money, unless you're somebody that's trying to get better at what you do, like being a professional athlete and just hire coaches, that's one thing. But majority of the people is this: 90% of the people fail in trading. Now, listen, I've been trading as a professional for several years. Okay. I've been doing this almost 30 years now. I love teaching people. Okay. I've been doing it for years. And the reason why I love doing it is because there's just too many people failing in the market. All right. The market was good to me and I like to give back. Okay. And I'm hopefully going to get the opportunity to teach you guys how to figure out how to do it the right way. Because if you don't believe me, what a failure rate trading is, I'm going to show you something really quick. All right. Does anybody here use ChatGTP? Anybody here use ChatGTP? Okay. What is the, oops, wrong one. Oh, there you go. There you go. Sorry about that. Okay. What is the success rate in day trading stocks? Okay. With someone who never learned. Okay. Let's just go out there and see what it says. Percentage-wise, estimated is around 80 to 90%. Lack of knowledge, emotional trading, risk management, lack of discipline. Okay. What happens if I do get some kind of education? Let's see what the success rate is now. Better markets. In percent. The success rate varies factor quality of individuals, discipline. However, usually it says approximately you go up about another 10 to 20%. Okay. Now, does that answer your question? Why would you get into trading if you don't get educated? Okay. How about this? Who are some good schools to learn from? How do they trade? There's several reputable companies. Oh, wow. Look at that. Cyber Trading University just came first. Interesting. ChatGTP. I didn't play that. He just said it himself. Warrior Trader, number 2. Okay. I don't know if anybody here was educated by any of these professionals. Third, Investors Underground. S&B Capital. Okay. Bear and Bull Trades, Pro Trading Academy. By the way, is anyone here familiar with any of these companies? I mean, you're here at Cyber Trading University. Online Trading Academy. Okay. Number 7 on the list. So Tim Sykes, number 8. Steady Trader, number 9. And Top Steep Traders. Okay. So here you are seeing the top 10 schools out there that ChatGTP just ranked Cyber Trading University as number 1, okay, in the industry. Actually, just tell you something even better. If you go on Google, we have a 5-star rating. Now, why is that? Listen, we love what we do. We know how to trade the market. I've done presentations for some of the biggest companies in the industry. I'm featured at NASDAQ, to teach you how to trade the systems. And this is why you're here. Because if you love trading and you see what's going on in the market, and you see what's happening around the world, you got to know how to trade it the right way. And it's really not a hard thing to do. You just got to know how to play the game of trading. Now, before we get started, I'm going to do this really quick. I want to give you away my book for free. Now, if you want, you can go to Amazon. You could pay me $47. All right. So here's my email address, everybody. I'm going to put it in the chat room. You can see it up on the screen. So you'll like the book. It's a fast read. Wiley, one of the most prestigious publishing companies in the world, wanted me to write a book on day trading. So the name of the book is How to Beat Market Makers in Our Own Game. So before we move forward, we're going to take a quick little second here. I want you to open up your inbox and type in my name, Fausto P, the email, and just write me, please send me your book. And then also, because I know some of you don't give me your name, write in your name, Fausto, whatever your name is, Fausto Pugliese. All right. And just hit send, and I'll get it right now. So before we forget, it's fresh in your mind. Let's take a second right now. If you want my book, I'm going to give you a gift for free. I'm going to give you $47 for free just to listen in, because this book alone is going to probably give you a 50% fighting chance to succeed in trading. It's a fast read. It's color, and I think you'll enjoy it. Otherwise, I would never wrote it in the first place. But I'm going to give it to you as a gift. All right. Now, as you guys are doing that, you could see the type of people that are here that trade. I trade people around the world. These people are just like you. Business owners, engineers, grandmas and grandpas, border control people, first responders. Some of them are even professional athletes and so on. But these people are just like you, and you'll meet all of them in my trading room. Now, I'm also been married for over almost 30 years, 27 years. I got 3 wonderful boys. I think probably my relationship lasts because I have such a very good career as a trader. I could do things with my family. I could travel with them. And we all know that it's always nice to have a job where we're not working 15-hour days and stressing out. I mean, working all day. I mean, you could just make a day's pay and do great. And that's what's awesome about it. I also have a home living channel. If anybody's interested, it's called Fausto Home Living. I think it's one of the hobbies that I do. I'd love to share that with you. But listen, it's not about me. All right. This is about you. All right. I just want you to understand that I am just a human being, just like you. Okay. But I love teaching people, and I want to teach you guys how to profit and benefit from today's volatile markets. Now, obviously, we got a lot of news that came out. I did a video on this really quick. Let me just show you really quick. Oh, we had it up here, right? I had it right here on. Let me go to Instagram. Let me go to my Instagram account. And I did a video really quick right here. And it was right here, the big crash coming up. Everybody see that? And then I did another video that followed along with it the next day, which was yesterday, massive panic buying. All right. So the crash is coming tomorrow. And the massive panic buying is I did yesterday. I'll play them a little bit later, but I want to talk. That's just one of several things that happened. But what stocks are mostly going to be affected by these stocks? Well, you could see stocks like the shipping companies like ZIM, You could see UPS and FedEx are going to get affected by it, but the shipping, Home Depot and Lowe's, they get a lot of stuff from overseas and China. They're not getting their stuff, but what's really going to happen next? You need to understand what Wall Street is doing. Okay. You really need to understand, because these people are ahead of the curve. They know what's happening. And the good thing is that you could actually learn it too yourself. By the way, I'm getting a bunch of emails. Let me just do a couple of shout outs right here. Amar, I got yours. Ali, I got yours. Steve, I got yours. Good. Everyone's chatting me back. Please send me a book. All right. Everyone, I got your book right here. Good. Perfect. I'm seeing them all coming in right now. Cindy, by the way, there's almost 100 people in here. Everyone should be sending me an email. Okay. Everyone should be asking for that book. Listen, you got to learn before you can earn. Now, let me tell you some of the tools that we're going to use that are going to help us. Now, listen, there's catastrophes all the time, right? All the time. You got a hurricane, my hearts and prayers to those families out there, especially all those people those wonderful people that died. Is just terrible. We got an election going on. It's causing a lot of scrutiny, depending on if you're on the left or on the right. We're getting, you got, what else? You got the war in Iran and Israel. There's always going to be something that's going to happen. COVID, 9/11, financial crisis. The way you need to understand how to trade is you got to look at the right. And the right is, where is Wall Street? Stop pretending to be on Main Street. Don't take things personal. So let me teach you the tools that we're going to use. And this is going to show you exactly how to trade today's volatile markets. Now, the first thing I want to talk about is something called level 2. Cynthia, thank you very much for sharing that. All right. So regarding about level 2. Now, who here has level 2 quotes? Just give me a yes or no in the chat. Who has level 2? Daniel, you have it? Michael, okay. Now, there's a lot of people here that don't know how to use it. And some of you look at it like, I don't know why I even have it. It doesn't do anything. I don't understand it. Well, the problem with level 2, it's been outdated since the 90s, okay? It shows you all the orders on the buy side, all the orders on the sell side. It shows you all the exchanges, the price at that exchange, and how many shares looking to be bought. So it does give you a lot of data, but ever since they changed the rules, we don't know who's buying it on NASDAQ. We don't know who's selling it on the New York Stock Exchange. We don't know who's on the CBOE. We don't know who's on the Philadelphia. We don't know any of that stuff. So that's why a lot, and it moves so damn fast, you probably don't even know what the hell you're looking at anyway. So you're probably saying, you know what? Let's probably ignore it. And it's free. And that's all it's worth. So it does give you some good data, but it doesn't give you what you really need. So let's talk about something called NASDAQ Book Viewer. Now, does anyone here have NASDAQ Book Viewer? Just give me a yes or no. Actually, you know what? Let me do a poll. I like that. That's even better. Hold on. Here we go. Let me launch the poll. There we go. Just click on the yes, no, or not sure. See how you answer all this. All right. So as everyone is filling this out, let me explain to you what you're seeing right now. NASDAQ market controls about 50% of every order on every single stock around the world. All right. You're seeing every order out there around the entire world who wants to buy it, every order that wants to sell it. You're seeing the highest price of people looking to buy it. You're seeing the lowest price that people are looking, to buy it. And you're seeing the cheapest price they're looking to sell it. And anyone who wants to sell it for more money, you're seeing it all the way down there. So you're seeing every single order around the entire world. So now you're seeing the right side of every order out there that looking to trade, for example, NVIDIA. All right. So how do we utilize this data? Is how we do it. What makes support and resistance levels is buyers and sellers. So as everyone is looking on the left of the chart, we need to focus. The left of the chart is not always indicative of the future. unless those orders are out there. So as we're looking at the video here, you can see how the stock went from 115 all the way down to 113. It stopped right around this 113 and went right back up to 115.40. Now, why did it stop there specifically? Well, when you look on the exchange on NASDAQ, you notice all the way down here, which I know is kind of hard to read, but if I blew it up, it's about 140,000 shares looking to be bought there at 113. Okay. Now, there are orders at every single price. There are 2,000, 500, 900. 140 is probably 100 times more than the average order out there at any given price. So when you're looking at these orders, 95% of it is not necessary. It's window dressing. All you care about is the top 5%. And that's the biggest order out there because it's that big order that makes support levels. So without the buyers, you don't have support. Now let's look at another example here. Let's look at a resistance levels. What makes resistance levels? Sellers. Now here we have Moderna. You could see it started in the morning, went from $70 all the way to 75, and then came right back down to 72. Why did it stop at 1130? Why did it pick that number? Why did it stop at 74? Why specifically that number? Well, obviously it must have been resistance. And the only way to weigh the resistance, you're going to know where it is by knowing where the sellers are. And when you look on the sell side, you'll see that there's a lot of sellers out there. But the main seller is not at 70.29 or 71. It's at 75. That's where the big seller was of 100,000 shares. That's the big order you're looking for. And if you didn't know that and you didn't get out, you know what ends up happening. You get caught holding the bag. That doesn't really work out too well for us. It's nice to own a stock at 70 and sell at 75. It sucks by buying the stock at 75 because you thought it was going to go up and then riding it down to 72. And we all know we've been there and we've all done that. Let's look at some examples from yesterday. UPS was down. Obviously, shipping. And listen, this didn't even kick in yet. This did not even kick in yet. And I know some of you here probably don't even know that. Actually, let me share something with you. I want to play this video right here. Mass panic buying. Watch this video.
At Costco, it looks like it already started.
Sold out of paper towels, sold out of toilet paper.
You know what? I'm at Costco, it looks like it already started.
Nothing. I took that picture yesterday. Okay.
You know
now, I did this video right here. Watch this video.
Hey traders, there's something massive on the horizon. If you can't afford to ignore it, a supply strike could go into effect as early as tonight. And it's only important that you pay attention because this could be a great opportunity if this strike actually does happen, and it'll be a ripple effect across the multiple industries: transportation, logistics, manufacturing, retail. All could take serious hits. The more dangerous it becomes, the better opportunity will be for you, even though it's going to be bad for the economy. But here's the silver lining behind the whole thing. Traders need to keep an eye on these sectors and not get distracted, because with these opportunities can cause some big, huge profits, especially for you traders out there. You need to keep an eye specifically on transportation stocks like Union Pacific, FedEx, maybe in some of the other retailers like Walmart, Costco can also be affected in the supply chains, which could probably affect the stocks too. But
so if you heard what I just said right there, this was on Monday. Today is Thursday. Okay. The videos that I posted up there that I just showed you, that video was Costco, panic buying. Okay. And then UPS is obviously one of transportations. Now, I'm not a genius. Okay. I just been trading for 30 years and I lived through this. And this is what we drool upon. This is what we do here at Cyber Trading University, is what we teach our traders. But how do I guarantee that's really going to happen? There's no guarantee. I just look at where the orders are. That's what separates traders and investors. And let me just tell you right now, It didn't even kick in yet. If this goes on past 1 week, starting next Monday, you could see a big correction on some serious stocks out there. And that's the only way we know that is by seeing where the orders are. Are they buying it? Are they getting executed? And you, by sitting there and watching the news and maybe, and don't take this the wrong way, putting your political beliefs behind it or saying, oh, Fausto, you're fear mongering and this and that. Oh, no, there's no fear mongering. Okay. I'm just telling you, as an investor, as a trader, this is an opportunity. And by seeing it, I'm not the only one that's going to be that's going out there. I mean, and listen, Nancy Pelosi, you're a fan of her or not a fan of her. Why is she always getting scrutinized by her selling, before the news came out? Like just recently, what happened with the news that came out with, what was the last one that came out with the Visa, right? Like, listen, she's not no dummy. Okay. Same thing like some other people out there on the right, she's just very well known by selling her and her husband selling stocks. That's the only reason why I'm bringing it up. There's actually a Twitter page that you can actually follow. You could see her trades that she's doing. I mean, like, you know what? That's being, that's not fair. Listen, traders, this is why we do it. And you know what? If you saw what happened with COVID, if you lived through that, how many of you here wish that you got out before the news came out or we were going into that news? They did. Okay. It was all over the news. And how many of you wish that you were able to go all in when you hit rock bottom? All in. We dropped almost 15,000, 10,000 points on the Dow. How many of you wish could have bought it at 16,000? Where we are now, 42,000, right? There's plenty of opportunities out there. Now, how do we know that? Is because of following the orders. That's how trading works. You get to see the orders, and that's how you get in there. And I'm going to show every one of you, when I invite you in my trading room, how to do that. Like, let's look at Nike, for example. Same crap. Nike obviously reported bad earnings because it works on earnings. It works not just on news, but this, the Fed rate, everything gets affected. And you just need to know is not to be an analyst, but to think as a trader. Because when Nike reported bad earnings, some people are like, okay, well, how much lower could it go? And you know what? Is anyone really interested? Is Nike really going to go to zero? I mean, how many of you here are Nike buyers? How many of you are anti-Nike buyers? Whatever it is, or some of you are huge buyers. Like, I love Nike, right? So, like, okay, well, do you think the street cares what you like and what you don't like? They got to cover shorts. They got, they have orders out there from other people, institutions. See where they're at. And when you see all these dumb orders out here for 200, 300, 500, who cares? I care about the 94,000 share buyer out there that's sitting there at 81 to 85. And by knowing that, what do you think happened next? Stock hit it and went up to 84. That's trading, fellow traders. And by the way, it's not just on day trading, it's on swing trading. They do this on the swing trades themselves too. Now, let's go. And that's why I'm saying that there's opportunities where you could do this towards options, swing trading, everything else. Now, what happens if stock hits a top? Let's look at that example. Okay. Joby, I don't know if you guys heard about it, but they just came out. They received a $500 million funding from Toyota. Okay. Now, they basically invested into their whatever it is, and I really don't care, but it really made the stock from that news go from $5 to $6. All right. But all of a sudden, when you look at all the orders, there's 197,000 share seller out there at 610. Let me ask everybody a question. What do you think is going to happen when we get up to 610? What do you think the stock's going to do? Is it going to go up or is it going to go down? What do you think, everyone? Michael said it's going to go down. Okay. Anyone else? Michelle. John's going to go down. Down, 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 down. Wow. So Are you telling me you don't need a Fibonacci for that? Are you telling me you don't have to look at the options on that? You don't have to look at a MACD. You don't have to look at a chart. You don't got to watch TV. You don't got to read the news. You're telling me with that great news that came out that that number is going to go down. Interesting. Congratulations. You're right. It's exactly what it did. It went all the way up. Nice winner. And it came right back down to 570. Now, did I lose anybody yet? Just out of curiosity, did I lose anybody? Just want to just give me a yes or no. Everybody following along? Good. Now, does that seem hard? Does that seem complicated to start reading the right of the chart instead of worrying about the left? Just following the money. That's all you have to do. Follow the money. You know what the hardest part about trading is? When we asked ChatGPT, let me bring it back over here. Right here. Better understanding the markets, risk management skills, emotional control, discipline. That's the hardest thing to teach. Okay. And that's what separates everyone, and that's what you're going to find out when I invite you in my trading room. But even, that's basically what you have to be concerned about. All right. So we move this over here on the right. And let's talk about another stock that we traded yesterday, WHLR. Did anybody hear about this stock? Anybody even know about it or heard about it? Anyone? Does it even matter? Right? Who cares? WHLR. I have never heard about it. Oh, I forgot to even mention. I don't trade stocks I never heard of. Okay, no problem. When's the last time you were in a stock that started and went from $8 to $16? Okay, in a matter of an hour and a half. You telling me you wouldn't want to be in a stock like that? How about this? Have you ever been in a stock that doubled, that went up $8 in an hour? Have you ever been in one? Anybody? When's the last time? When was the last time? Most of you are saying no, right? How about this? We get probably 1 or 2 a week in our trading room. Guaranteed. Okay. Never seen it. You heard of it. It's almost like a unicorn, but I never seen one before. Guess what? You're going to see them. We do it all the time. But the thing is this. When's enough's enough? How much higher is it going to go? Got to follow in the orders. We got to look at the right side of the chart. And the right side shows me here that we got a 140,000 share seller sitting there at $18. Now, remember, we're at 16. We started at 8. You're telling me it's going to go another $2? So is it ever too late to buy it? Not really. Just got to follow the orders. And what do you think happened? It was at the 16, shot up to 18 around 11:30, and now came back down to 13. So the big thing is this: when you know when to stop chasing and when you know it's going to continue to go higher. How do we know that? We look at the right of the chart. And that is what we call iceberg orders, fellow traders. If anyone, probably you all know, heard about the Titanic. I watched the movie, sad, terrible story, right? All those wonderful people died. How did they all die? The unsinkable ship, it was called, right? They didn't even have that many boats on it, lifeboats on it, because they said this thing will never sink. Well, met its match when they didn't have the right radar and didn't realize how big an iceberg order was in the water, not what's on top of the water. And most of you are not looking at the depth of the bottom. You're just looking at the top. You're not looking at the bottom. And that's what traders like me, that we teach you what to do. Now, who here would like to get NASDAQ Book Viewer? Who here would like to say, wow, can I try that? I want to see what's going to happen today, right? All right, this is what you're going to do. You're going to email me right now. For some of you, maybe you didn't want my book, okay? But maybe you want Book Viewer. So open up your inbox, okay? Type in Fausto P at ctucorp.com and then send me some NASDAQ book, please. All right. And then type in your name so I know who you are. and just hit send. Okay. All right. No problem. I'll send you my book, Cynthia. Got yours. All right. Now, as you're doing that, let me explain to you what you're going to get. I'm not going to send you to the website right now because if you go to NASDAQ's website, you're probably going to get the wrong one. You're not going to have the default. So I have 2 videos I want to give you. Okay. In those 2 videos, they're about 5 minutes long, and it's going to show you, make sure you get the right one and how to set the defaults up and how to trade on it. Okay. So, all for free. I'm giving it to you because you know what? Like I said, when I started, I just came back from Toronto. I did a big presentation, over 100 people in there. I look at some of the faces, people walking around, just starving to figure out how to become a better trader. And you know what? I enjoy teaching people. I love teaching people to be successful. I hate seeing people lose money. Let's do it right. Okay. And you know what? If it's not for you, that's okay too. You're better off making a mistake here than dishing out all that hardworking money you work for, your IRA, your 401ks, everything, your pension, everything you've done. Why go out there and screw it up? All right. So email me now and I'll be out. Jan, I got yours. Okay, good. I'm seeing everyone email me now. Look at that. Beautiful. Everybody's look at it. Rich, I got yours. Look at that. John, Jan, Michelle. I'm seeing all the emails coming in. Good. I'm glad all you guys have an invested interest into trading. Now, as you guys are filling that out and sending me your let me know who you are. I'll get that. We'll get that to you right after we're done today. Okay. Now I want to talk about level 4. So level 4 is basically the same thing like level 3, but now you're seeing it on a heat map. And it kind of a little bit easier to read. So before we jump into this, I want you to start off with the basic data. You're at level 3. Now, let's have a little fun, right? Can anyone here pick a stock? Anyone in any stock here? Give me a stock. We'll have a little fun here. We only got about 10 minutes left, so I don't have too much time. Give me a stock that you guys want. And it's not in the video because we already did in the video. Let's go find something else. Anyone here in a stock right now? I'll tell you, we're going to look at it and we'll check it out. Oh, wow. This is great. I'm getting so many people reply. Barry, Terry. Here's somebody. Oh, Steve, that's you. I got yours. Richard, John. Good. A lot of people are interested. Glad to hit. Ken, Barney. I got all yours. Okay. A couple of stocks over here. GF says Tesla. Tesla's actually a pretty good one. Tesla's really taking a big hit right now. We could look at that one. Let's look at Tesla. Tesla's actually got good level. It's got good book orders. Do I have it up here? No. Okay. These are all the stocks that we traded. Let's look at Tesla. Okay. Now, before I do that, here's Tesla. And let's just look overall as a swing trade. So Tesla had a really nice run since August, okay? And you could see here that it came all the way down here, right? And, basically, if I draw trend lines, you could see exactly where support and resistance levels are, right? I mean, like, you could see here around 200, 230, 260, okay? I'm going to type in Tesla and get the data on it. And let's see how these orders really pan out. So right away, I could see here, I got to go back a little bit further, 3 hours. Okay. So you could see here that there's was that 1.4 million share buyer at 240. Let me zoom out a little bit further on a swing trade wise. You could see the big sellers are out here, 200,000 at 265, 300,000 at 270. So you could see that the real big orders are between 260 and 280, right? 265, 270. Not really that many buyers, right? We're at 240, okay? So let's look at the chart really quick. So right now we are here. What are we seeing more on the level 4? Are we seeing more? Where did I go? Oh, here it is. Are we seeing more seller orders out there on the right or more buyers? More sellers, right? More sellers. And there's a shitload of sellers out there. So you could see here, getting back to the chart again, just 2 days ago, where was the stock trading? 260. Now look at it. We're down $20. Okay. Now let me give you a little advice here. Does anybody know why Tesla is going down? Any idea? Why? I mean, we had a great run up. Why is it going down? Does it could be the strike, right? Because Tesla does make a lot of their parts in China, right? That could be affected by it. But this is the thing. Does it really? I mean, like, how do we really know it's really going to go down other than we guessed and we were right? But at the end of the day, why is it going down this much? Is it really going to get affected? And how about this? How much lower is it going to go? And the thing is, there's only one way to figure that out. You got to look at the right side. And when we look at the right side and we see over here on the current order book, which is all those exchanges, we could see there's a shitload of sellers out there. And I don't see any buyers anytime soon. So not only can you apply this towards day trading, but you could apply it towards swing trading. You could apply it towards options trading. And by the way, you could even do this for futures and cryptocurrency, which I don't have time to do right now. Okay. So who here would like to learn more about this? Who here would like to learn more about it? Well, this is what I'm going to do. Cybertrade University, like I just mentioned to you earlier, has been ranked by ChatGPT as the #1 school to go through compared to everyone in the industry. Cybertrade University, which I got to take a picture of that. I got to put it up on the screen. I like to show it live so people could see it. But also, we've been endorsed and sponsored by more brokerage firms than any school in the industry. And let me tell you something. They do their compliance. They would never have Cybertrade University come and present to any of these schools if they thought we were teaching people how to lose money, if we didn't have a reputation. Not only that, but if you want to read some good reviews, go check out our Google reviews. You probably have never seen a company that has a 5-star rating on Google. Go there and look at it and read them. You'd be very impressed. So we're very impressed with our credibility. We're very, but the thing is, how does that make you money? Well, this is where you're going to know how to do that and why we've been so popular and been around for so many years in the industry. First of all, make sure you subscribe to our channels. Okay. If you have not done yet, if you're a YouTube fan, we got over 3,000 videos that we posted over the years. Click on that link right there we posted. And just make sure you just give us a thumbs up, ring the bell, and subscribe to that channel. All right. If you're a TikTok fan, we're on TikTok. If you're on Instagram, I do a lot on Instagram. Okay. Facebook, X, Telegram, all of them. Make sure you subscribe to all our channels. Now, this is what we're going to do. I want to invite all of you guys to come to the trading room right here. I'm going to give you 1 week access to my trading room, 1 week in that room. And you're going to meet all the traders. You're going to get all the alerts. You're going to get all the watch lists, everything we do. All I'm asking for is a $9 fee. People are like, what? $9? What's the catch? No, the catch is this. I don't know who some of you are. Okay. I don't know where you came from. I don't know who, I like to talk to you by who your real name is. But for $9, I'm going to give you 1 week access into the original trading room that I started over 30 years ago. Okay. Now you're seeing people opening up left and right. Some of my students, some of my instructors, and obviously, where they probably learned how to do it from. But if you want to come and see what it's like to have a seat on the New York Stock Exchange, on the NASDAQ Exchange, you want to know what it's like to be in a real professional market maker room, here's your chance. And only it's going to cost you $9. Now, this is everything you're going to get. We do commentary all day. You're going to have access to the trading room. You're going to show you iceberg orders all day. So you have to kind of figure it out on your own. And you don't have to be there all week. You could be there just in the first hour, the last hour. We do all this great stuff and hundreds of hours of classroom recordings. We're going to give it to you on top of it. All for a lousy, stinking $9. Now, at the end of the week, fellow traders, if you want your money back, I'll give you money back. I don't need your $9. Okay. The $9 just tells me if you're a real person or not. That's all it is. And you're going to get all this wonderful stuff. Workshops, Traders Talk Library. Oh, and you know what? I'm going to do a bonus. If you all register right now, you could actually have an appointment and talk to me on the phone. Now, I know some of you have spent thousands of dollars on education, never spoke to the owner, never even spoke to anyone on the phone. But I am going to give you that opportunity because you know what? There's going to come a time when you can be like, Fausto, I like it. I see what you guys are doing. What do I need to do next? And we got to have that conversation. It's like having a conversation with your doctor. You're just not going to go put yourself on any medication. You're just not going to go hop in an operating table just because you think you know better than them. You got to talk to your doctor. Well, I'm going to be your mentor when it comes to that. Look at me as your doctor. So, but it all needs to make that small investment of $9 first, and we'll go from there. All right. Now, if you want to give us a call, look, there's our number right there. I don't think anyone even knew that people have phone numbers. You can actually talk to my staff, my office, everything. Not no answering service. We don't play that crap. This is why we have a great reputation, ranked #1 from ChatGPT, 5-star rating on Google, and endorsed by every brokerage firm. And all it takes is, and by the way, you could take your phone, you could scan that little QR code, or you can go to that website, that link up there. Now, I get a couple of emails that people always ask me here. And people always kind of ask me this, is that when could I start? First of all, you should start as it's fresh in your mind, start right away. Okay. Just like you send me an email, as fast as you send me an email that you want, to get that book or NASDAQ book viewer, is as quickly you should be registering right now, because don't worry about later today, whatever it is. This will take you less than a minute to fill it out. Another question people always ask is how much money we need to get started. That's a great question. It's $9. Don't worry about like, oh, I have this to invest or what do I need? Listen, that's the least of your problem. Okay. Don't worry about the money right now. If you can't afford $9, you can't afford to open up a brokerage account. Okay. That's the way I look at it. Some of you here need to know what's involved, what brokerage firms, what money makes one different than the other, what is payment for order flow, what is direct access versus online brokers. I can't I can't be here all day and do that for you, but I can do it during the trading room for a week. All right. So that's another thing. So don't worry about it. Buying anything, open a brokerage account. It's the $9 right off the bat. All right. It's all you need to do right now. Now, there are a couple of you registering right now. I just want to do a quick shout out. Now, as you guys are registering, let me just say a couple of things. When you go through the process of registering, it's very important that we're going to ask you a couple of questions. Like, we need to know a little bit about you. Let us know if you're trading live right now. If you had a mentor, want to know what kind of style you're being, because all of you are going to talk to an education advisor, and we're not going to sell you anything. We just want to make sure that when you go into the trading room, you know exactly what's going on. So you're not going to sit there and it's like, going into the gym and like, okay, how do I work out? Okay. We're going to be a personal trainer. We're going to show you how to do it right. And we're going to, and like I said, we want to give you the best education as possible, because we want to make sure before you go out there and trade, you know what you're doing. All right. Sharon, if you want to do it again, you could do it again. If you want to register, you've done one a while ago, it's only $9. All right. Don't worry about it. Okay. That's all it is. Any other questions? How much to join the program? Install and pay. Okay. That's a great question, George. His question is, what about after the week's trial? We don't charge you a single penny. We're not going to be one of those gotchas. We're not going to put you, you're not logging in and automatically going into a subscription. We don't do that. I don't need your money. Okay. If you don't want to be there, I don't need you there. Okay. That's how people get caught up with the 2,000-3,000 people in the room. You're not going to do that. We don't play that game. You don't want to continue with us. You don't have to. And we don't. And honestly, I don't want you there. If you, because I am looking to recruit traders. I could teach how to trade, so I could trade with you. If you're not going to be in the room and not going to know how to contribute, understand what's going on, you're a waste of my time, the trader's time, my staff's time. All right. Right. If you imagine, would you hire somebody to work for you that's just wasting your time? You know what I mean? Move on. George said, well, George, and thank you very much, George, for sharing that. And by the way, you have it to, if you could write that, let me just copy and paste that. You could write to everyone. So Georgia has been in the trial for a week. He's already joined the team. Thank you very much, George. It's always great having you on the team. And let me tell you, George, how awesome was that stock wheels? Right? That was an awesome trade. That was great. Sabrina says, I'm already booked. More than welcome. All right, Sabrina, thanks for coming back. Share that with Sabrina wrote. Good to see you. All right. What do we got here? A couple of people just registering. What we got here? All right. So I got Sabrina. Oh, there you are. You from Florida? You from Cape Coral? Is that where you're from? Yeah, I just saw your registration come in. Henry, I got yours. Henry, where are you from? I don't even know what country this is. IDN is the country. Just curious where that's from. Patish from Maryland, I got your registration. Welcome aboard. Anne-Marie from another country, ZAF. I don't know. A lot of people from out of the country. Okay. That's good. Royal, I got yours from Chicago. Okay, that's not too hard. Frankel G from California, Los Angeles, got yours. Welcome aboard. Jiggy, I got yours. Jiggy W from, what is that? Texas, Houston. Okay, good. South Africa. Oh, okay. Is that where that's from? All right, Anne-Marie, thank you very much. I don't know those, where that from. Ali, you're from Colombia? All right, good. Well, welcome aboard. You know, we have people from all over the world. You know, what's nice about trading is that, you know, like I just came back from Greece. I was there for 2 weeks. And it was nice because I was 7 hours ahead. So like I get to enjoy the whole day, relax, spend time with my family. And I came back at like 6 o'clock and I was able to trade the open. You know, it was just awesome. Then there are some of you West Coast. Can't trade the morning, but you know what? You could trade the afternoon and you're fine. So that's pretty much awesome. You're expected to have a chat with John on Monday? Okay, good. Well, that's good. And the whole idea is when you chat with him, they're going to walk you through, do a quick walkthrough with you so you could see what's going on. It's only going to take about 10 minutes, not that long. We just want to make sure you're watching the right videos, you're not jumping ahead. So really making sure you're making the right decision. Let me tell you something. Don't forget what ChatGPT said. 90% of the people fail. You don't want to be part of 90%. It's like, why would you want to even get into this business, this industry? It's like a guarantee fail. If a doctor said that if I had to stitch your finger and you have a 10% chance of living on the operating table, are you going to do that? No. You're like, I'll deal with it. Well, why would you want to get in this business knowing it's a big failure rate? The only reason why it's a big failure rate is because who really trained you? How did you really learn? You know you want to do this, do it right. And it all is going to start off with $9. That's it. A few more people are just registering right now. Who else we got here? Hermosillo from Mexico. Is that where you're from? Okay. A lot of people from out of the country. Beautiful. All right. Joined 6 months ago. Most awesome program ever. Thanks a lot, David, for sharing that. Thanks for sharing that. And David, you know, we had that conversation. It just takes time to kind of realize. And you know what? David, it's like a diet, right? It's like, I tell everyone, after you do the 17th diet on your own and you fail, you know how you lose weight? Hire a nutritionist and hire a personal trainer. But people are like, oh, but that costs money. I'm like, yeah. Okay, well, you did it. You've been doing it for past 20, 30 years hasn't worked. And then you finally do it. And the first month, it's like, okay, it's not that bad, but I'm not really seeing huge progress. But now after you're doing it, you're in your second, your third, your fourth, to like, imagine you're on that same diet and you're on that same diet and you're 6 months in, you see where you are. And the best support ever too. And David, that is one of the big things that we care about. And that's one thing we really focus on. You know what? If you don't got the support of people to pick up the phone and talk to you and help you set up your platform, it's a disaster. It really is. I mean, like everyone, imagine, call Fidelity right now and get them on the phone and let me know how that worked out for you. You know what I mean? It doesn't work. All right, traders, I got to run. I got to get back to my trading room. I got an afternoon class I'm going to be teaching. So I know some of you in here are going to be joining me in there. I'll see you in class. We had a great morning this morning in class. I look forward to that. Some of you will know a little bit more about it, but that's at least your problems. Right now, you just got to know if trading's for you first. So make sure you click it, do the $9 trial, do the 1 week, talk to education advisor, and just make that. And listen, you don't got to be there all week. You could just be there just 1 hour, just so we see what it's like and get to meet all the traders in the room. All right. A couple of more shout outs before we go, because I see a few of you just registering right now. David Lemons from Scottsdale, Arizona, just got your registration. Look forward to teaching you and talking to you. Susan S. got yours from, where's this? The Bahamas. All right. Welcome. Jerry, I got yours from another person from Arizona. Perfect. All right. Good. Good to see you all registered. Thanks, everyone. I'll see you soon. I'll see you in the trading room. And listen, if you didn't register yet, that's okay. Maybe you want to do your homework. Go do your research. And most importantly, if you are going to be learning from someone, go look at the reviews. Don't go on Google and look at all these fake. Let me tell you, there's some extortionists out there. Don't look at the fake reviews that you see from other websites. Go on Google, go on the Better Business Bureau. Most importantly, see who endorses them with brokerage firms. See see if they on NASDAQ, see if they've been a trader on the floor, see if if Schwab or anybody lets them do presentations for them. That should really be your focus on it, because you know what? They believe me, they do their compliance because they don't want to be scrutinized. So those are the ones because listen, there's some really good educators out there, but there's also a lot of bad actors out there. So just make sure you do it. But one thing you don't want to do is try to be self-taught, because that didn't work too well for 90% of the people out there. Thanks for listening, everyone. I'll see you all in the trading room. Thanks for registering. I look forward to talking to all of you. For the rest of you, hopefully we'll see you in some upcoming classes. Good luck, everyone. Happy trading.